Time and time what is for me. Somebody asked, how do I install the clear Linux? Now there's so many Linux kernels out there, right? But this is a what if. So if you post something, sometimes I'll say, okay, go ahead, this is how you do it, and then it stays with the text. And sometimes I say, oh, I want to do that too, right? I want to put some energy and time into it because I like it too, that question. I want to know more. The clear Linux kernel, the first reflex, always, and it does not matter on what you are, right? This is i3, just booted up to test something. And I'm staying here, right? So everything is up to date. If you want to see, voila, done that, rebooted. And then the reflex should be yay or Paru, whatever you like, right? But they're there as a fallback. There were two of them. Paru, Linux, clear. And then look at that. 27 things to read. So here's LTS 2017, clear with something else. We need to Google what that is. Phoenix Dark Purpy GTK theme, not what we want. Linux clear LTS 2021 headers. 2017, 21. Oh my God, right? So this is 000, and I believe, let's have a look again, NeoFetch here is 6112. So here we have a 6112 as well, but there's even 6113. Right? So we could go one level up, one higher than the one we're using at Arch, and install ourselves a Linux clear. Now I selected both of them. I have the reflex to install the headers as well, since some of the applications want to, well, they need the headers to build their drivers like NVIDIA and VirtualBox and stuff. So I have the reflex to immediately do them both. So 3 and 4, agreed? It's a choice, could be anything else. So 3 space 4, enter. Now if this fails the build, maybe it's not just because of you, because of the package build, of the files, of so many things, right? Servers not being there, keys problems, key needs to be imported. Yes, you hope for the best when you say yes, right? Fail to run, damn it. So we have knowledge, we need knowledge. Let's go to Super 2. So another desktop, Super 2, Super 3, Super 4. If I want to see that our little system here goes to the right place, then I go to GNU-PG, gpg.conf, and check out if he knows where to go. Unfortunately, it's quite correct. He knows he has to go, if we do it like this, plain text and then Perl. Now you know, right? These things will be looked at, not the gray things. Ubuntu is there. I could try and switch and see, oops, that's number 3, Eric, workspace 3. Is it up here? It's here. So I could put alt-gr hashtag, ooh, that's not what I intended to do. So just a hashtag in front of it, and let's see if, I don't know, save, right? Let's see. We're taking the OpenPGB. Let's see if that works. If it doesn't, we have other solutions. So 3 and 4. Yes. Yes. So server indicated a failure, failed to run GPG and so on. He can't find it. Now, Eric, there are two things, and I think that's what I'm doing wrong. There is the gpg.conf from Pacman, which was my reflex to go there, but it could also be Super 3, Super 4, doesn't matter, is here. We have a .GNU-PG, so saying things that are local and mine. Let's see if that's the reason. So file system, etc. I need to copy paste this guy, Control C, and put it in my GNU-PG, Control V. Let's see. Now I've told exactly the same thing, right? But I'd like to go back to, if I may, plain text. I hope. No, let's try it. I want to go back to Ubuntu, right? But let's try first if actually this works, and you're here. Okay, 3 and space var, check. Yes please, yes please. Oh no. So we went to the keys, OpenPGP keys, and then let's go for Ubuntu. Ubuntu, 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 Ubuntu. All right, we have 443. Let's go for 80. Nah, otherwise we don't know if it's working, right? Save. It's saved, I think. Yeah, no pop-up. Let's see. 3 space 4, enter, yes, yes. Yay! Right? So it was in the home directory, and then I need to have the server of Ubuntu 443 port worked, and off we go building this thing. Now the other solution was to just skip all the checks, right? We have this yay something, let's have a look, yay, and there's a skip. And we used to have Trizen, that's gonna exist still, Trizen skip. And we have also a Paru skip, just skipping these misery things. Well, that's not misery, it's protection, it's security, it's a key, it's a check, right? We know, but if you don't have the knowledge, it is misery. So if you want to learn more, you just have a look. Say, skip integrity check. So the M flags that it has. Same for the other one. We'll have, oh, we have to do something. Then, you have to know what machine you are. Processor family. AMD, I suppose, with this little sign of bigger than, that we're gonna go for an Intel Core 2, which would be very silly since I don't have a Core 2. And we have here, this is new, it says, but everything is new, Eric. New. I forgot to get rid of the new. Choice 1 to 41. It's up to you to choose. Now, if I remember correctly, but we don't have to remember. I think we have something like CPU ID. There is something we've made in aliases. Something that tells us what CPU we are. Probably with C, let's have a look. C, all up there. CPU, this is CPU. Alright, so I need to install, this is ArcoLinux B, means small. There is no CPU ID. So sudo pacman -s CPU ID. I install the package on which the alias relies. So I have an Intel Kaby Lake, Skylake. I have a Skylake. So this one, not the X one. Number 26. For me, that's clear. Number 26. Up, go, build. So there was a hold up there. It's important to know your hardware. And probe can work as well if you want to know more about your system. But we do need the name, right? And probe is nice and interesting. I'm not sure it's gonna give us the name Skylake, because that's the thing I need to choose. And that's why probably I've added CPU. So we have this clickable. Let's move to number 3 is available. Number 3. And here we see, let's see, control find sky. Voila. So it's not there. It's not there. There's no mentioning of Skylake anywhere. So I don't have that information. If I do that, I can see that's a core CPU. i7 and so on, but I can't see the name, and I do need the name. Maybe this one. Let's see, Skylake. Here we know, right? So if you go deeper into the CPU ID, which was only, or which probably will only be there if you got CPU ID, which is an application, installed. Otherwise it will be empty as well. There's Cabby Lake. The names they invent, right? Cabby Lake, Coffee Lake, why not Nespresso Lake? I like that better. All right, so in the meantime this guy is building and building and building, and these things can go, and there we go. Oof, still building. So this is CPU intensive. Look at the thing here, 100%, always fun if you do Super 2, Control T. Let's see if GTOP is installed. No, GoTop probably as well. All extras, so extra small. And remember these, you need to install a lot more. That's not like the XL, which is the extra large. Everything there, no worries, everything works. GTOP. And here you see the CPUs working very, very, very hard. And they're making this CC1, and they make here all the make lines. Make whew. CPU is heating up, sure it is. Right, so think about your older machines, right? Don't put them through all this, really, right? Don't put them through all this. 18, 19, 100 degrees is not good. So 63 is still okay. It's heating up, but it's still okay. All right. If you don't want to build, what then? Download it, eh? Where should we download software? From the internet. Super 3, Control F, Firefox, and then ArcoLinux sources or something. Let's see, ArcoLinux official repositories, that's a better word. And these are the official repositories, but there are also unofficial repositories, which are probably gonna be here. URL unofficial repositories. Let's have a look. Yay! Adding your repository to this page, so you can add, if you have an own repository, put it there. Now one of the things, Control Find, is chaotic. Let's see. Yep, they are there. See repositories homepage. Let's see. So this is what you can do, and you know this, right? We do have access to the Celtic via ArcoLinux tool. But what I do, let's see if I can do this on the fly. Control C. I have bookmarked a URL, and in the URL that we can bookmark, we have we can browse first. Is there a Linux clear on Celtics, right? That's the question. I don't want to build, machine is too old, I don't know how to build, right? It's all that. There's the Endeavor list, here's the Celtic mirror list. In here is actually the URLs. Let's move you to number 3. So in here is something that might work. China, Brazil, Bulgaria, Canada, France maybe. Let's see if France is up and running. I need this. Yeah. Then I need to tell him it's AOR Celtic, if I'm not mistaken, not Celtic AOR, but we'll see. And that's the repo name, and the arch is x86, was it underscore 64, enter. This page does not exist. Celtic or Celtics, I don't know. Let's see, Celtic repo. The repo is Celtic file system. Let's go to Pacman. Let's check it out. Pacman.conf. So we got ourselves all the things we need, right? You go to Super F4 and then Control E. You're gonna launch the ArcoLinux tool. It's gonna add the correct naming. I need to correct name. Probably made a typo somewhere. We're at 100%. We're opening a tool. Somewhere it's gonna squeeze into the 100% to launch. So basically it takes a while, all right? Squeeze, squeeze. Yawn, yawn. Pacman. Celtics. Click. That's it. Quit. Let's have a look. I check it out. Celtic AOR Eric. It's not AOR Celtic, it's Celtic AOR. Right? So vice versa here. Up like this. And then, sorry, the page does not exist, it still says. So we're here. No problem. Let's go to Germany. Control C. Control V. Germany / too much. Celtic AOR x86 64. It's not a minus, it's an underscore. It's an underscore. Unable to connect. Does not like me to connect. And how about a minus? I do believe it's a slash and then an underscore here. Ah, wrong. No, wrong again. Why are you not accepting the underscore? Okay. Like this. Let's take another one. Painstakingly, I try to find, but I have time. Still building. India, Korea. Okay, let's take this one. Celtic AOR. Oh, twice. Okay, like this. Playground, finally, lift off. And then you have a long page with all these packages that are from them, right? So Control F, Linux -clear. So you can just download it. Is it difficult? No, you click here and you click here. Done. You've got it. Why should I build it? I didn't tell you to build it, but you can, right? Because now the kernel that I've chosen is themed and tweaked for my machine, my CPU. The other one isn't. Super 4, Super Shift Enter. I'm and I really don't want to see that wallpaper again. Alt N, right? So left L, Alt, and then N for next wallpaper, or Alt arrow is what I use more because I see it's not changing. Doesn't like me to change it. Now if variety says I won't do it, I won't do it, quit variety. Just told him to quit. It's in the system panels, a little border with a little mountain in there. You tell it to quit and then restart, and you'll see that the wallpaper will change again. But in this case, finally it quit. Super Shift D, variety, or escape Super D, variety. And now Alt N or Alt arrow, and we have a beautiful wallpaper. Something else, right? Finally something else. So the downloads, we are going to the downloads there. This, how do I install this? Simple. Well, let's look at the size. 33 for the headers, and the clear is 69. Okay, that's not too big. To show you something, what's not too big, Control find Xenmod. Xenmods is 95 and 95, right? And all the other Xenmods. Super F, back to Super 4, and here you say serial pacman -u, because you are going to install it with Linux clear, and then something, a number, and don't forget the headers. Do it in the same time, so whenever later, 6 months later, you decide to install something that needs the headers, it's there, and otherwise you get this nice error that you say, what? That's it. And you've got the clear header. So this is the official version coming from Celtics. In the meantime, it's trying to do stuff here. Now, this is a good thing to explain as well. I do not have Broadcom wireless. I don't have the hardware. We put the drivers on there for people who do out there. So once you install a Linux distribution, any Linux distribution, you check out, I don't need that, I don't need that, I don't need that. And you start removing, because this takes time. This takes away CPU and time to update, because it needs to build it again. First remove, then install. So this has to go for me. So you make your own analysis on your system. You say, So now it's busy here and it's busy there. We are at 100%. So it's work time. So it's building all kinds of things, right? It's sometimes, well, if you got time, you just watch all these things, all the drivers, and sometimes you recognize a name somewhere, right? Huawei, see here. Huawei, I think it is in English. Huawei. Dutch probably as well. Anyway, stuff you recognize. I say, oh, okay, look, they've put drivers in for whatever, right? As long as your system works, you're happy. Here is something we recognize as well, the EPW200. So stuff, all right? This is over our head. This is guys who can build kernels, and it's 50,000 lines to build kernel. That's a lot. Super 5. If you want to have a look and say what's happening, so can we check it out here somewhere? Paru, check. Did I do Paru or did I do? I did do a Paru. So here you have some information. It says this one. There we go, right? It's 10,000 lines. Sorry, not 50,000, but I do remember there were, maybe it was Zenmod or something. I've made videos how to build your own Linux kernel. So this is actually one of them as well. And voila, we've chosen Linux Clear. We should check out Linux Clear. Let's go here. Let's go to the package build. Let's go here, and that's all that. Here is the Linux Clear. Control C, because I don't know what it is. It's just a user says, hey, can I install the Clear Linux? Information, file, bugs, GitHub, and so on. We have all kind of things here. View all repositories. Linux Clear. Nothing. Typo. I don't know. Let's just type clear them. Clear font. All right. Overview. And just maybe Linux. Linux LTS current, here Linux, maybe it's that. And all the different versions, we've seen it on the AOR. Updated yesterday. What's the point of this Linux kernel? I don't know. What's the point of it? Layered configuration. Any website I can go to? Come on, Google. Clear Linux kernel. What do we get? clearlinux.org. Now we're another distro, I guess. It's an open source rolling Linux distribution that performs from the cloud to the edge. Design for customization. Okay. Why Clear Linux? Containers basic, cloud control. Performed. Developers. Well, you just keep reading. I may be deciding to get a go at it and download it. In the meantime, he's still building, so we got still time to look around. Let's delete all that, close all files. What I was thinking was clear Linux, how to install package. To install and manage bundles. Okay. Here's also some documentation. I still don't know is what kind of distro it is. It is open source, rolling, yeah. It's not for novice end users, not for beginners. Target audience. Who is the target audience? IT, DevOps, cloud container deployments, and AI. Artificial intelligence. I just kind of here, I can forget about my 30 desktops. RPMs, now we know. RPMs. Got it. Clear Linux installers. How is it? You gotta be patient. So clear Linux installer images would be nice. CLR installer images. Super F. Destructive installation. That sounds ugh. But it's clear, right? It's quite clear. It's gonna destroy everything. Alright. So it's not Calamaris. Kinda looks, but that's all. Alright. How are you, my friend? Could you please give me an estimate when you're gonna be finished? That would be nice, so I don't have to keep talking. Which I always can stop, of course. And pause the video. Here is the software update client. Chinese? Sure. No, we're not gonna do that in ArcoLinux. There's a probe as well. I always like to have a look at this and then think, oh my god, I'm stupid. I think I can't say anything interesting anymore. And I'm gonna wait for the build so we can see at least that. But it's already installed, right? It's already installed. Is it, Eric? Yes, it is. Boot. Clear fallback. Linux clear. Grub has been updated. Has it? Yes, it has been updated. Right. Update grub is our alias, but it does it automatically. We've taken care of that. ArcoLinux. And then voila, this is where what they do. This is the source. And we're in here somewhere building things, changing things. Look at all these patches. Trying to make our own kernel. That's called Linux Clear. Those are the hooks. So this is the normal, the official kernel.org thing. I'm probably gonna be working with all kind of patches. Right, this is just mind-boggling is the word. All right, we can reboot at this point in time, but I'm gonna let it finish. So I got my own and I got the other one, so I can play around with it. Remove the first one and the official from Chaotix, and then, okay, install the one I've built again. That's fun. Pausing. And then finally, right, finally it stops building and you got something. So it wants to install. Let's see what I have already. So in Paru, clone, Linux clear. This is one and that is one, right? So this is the one I built myself. So this is 68 and this one is 33. Now you remember earlier on I've installed the Chaotix one. So I'm gonna Control-C this thing, but I first checked that I can later on do a sudo pacman -u. These two guys are the build. Right, this is the result, the end result of, I don't know how many video, 33 minutes is the video, but I put it on pause, so probably 40 minutes of building a kernel, right? So this is later. What I now have is the Linux kernel from Chaotix. If things go wrong, and they might, right? It's a kernel built for another operating system, completely other thing. With all the patching I've seen there, right, all these files, I have no clue what they're doing. The only thing I can do is test it on my machine. That's all I can do, right? So if things go wrong, maybe we should include it in the video. You should have an ArcoLinux, yes, not Arco, an ArcoLinux ISO on your machine, burn it on a USB, and that will save your day. And if you, let's see if Google finds it, what you need to remember is shroot ArcoLinux. Let's see if we find it like this. Use the power of Arch root when your computer crashes. Now you can remember the word Arch from ArcoLinux -shroot. That's what you need. Fix your ArcoLinux or ArcoLinux computer with these two tips. The power of Arch root to fix any system. You can always fix your computer with Arch root. I have to do it with my ISO builder, which is a very important computer here, right? It builds the ISOs. I think 2 or 3 times, right? Because I don't want to format everything. I don't want to get to lose everything because it's all set, it's all themed and tweaked, and the configs, etc. Right? I do take care everything is online on GitHub and all that, but even so, there will always be some files that you forgot to make a backup of. Work that I need to do twice. I hate that. Backup, backup, backup. Right? So do test this on a test machine, test computer, this stuff. This is not the ISO builder, to be clear. But remember, Arch root, you go to archlinux.org, download ISO, burn ISO on USB. USB never leaves your shelf. It's there. All right, I need to stop the video. I need to reboot.